Hello, good afternoon, good evening. How is everyone doing? This is Amy the Mystic Rose Tarot. We are on a Sunday, August 28th, a few minutes after 5 o'clock. Just a quick astrological sign update for those who don't know. We just yesterday, we were in the new moon in its own sign of Virgo, in the sun sign of Virgo. And lots of energy, lots of interesting energy that's taking place with myself and with others. So stay tuned because I will have my Virgo 2 Decan reading coming up next week. That will be for September 2nd, 3rd to September 11th and 12th. And I will be discussing the Nine of Pentacles, the influence of that card in relation to the planetary influence also of that decan, which is Venus and Virgo. So stay tuned for that. That will be a recorded episode. So so we can sort of go through this month of Virgo's energy of being practical in the way that we see things, not just getting to the core of things and getting things moving in such a way so that we can benefit from it and learn and grow from it. So that will be for probably posted by next weekend, probably by either Friday or Saturday. Okay, so I know I'm doing this a little bit later, so and we're at the end of the summer. We're at the end of the month, so there's a lot of changes. People are getting ready for the autumn season, which is just a few weeks away. Very excited about that. And I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till some more people come in, and I will talk about a few things. But I am here to try out this deck, the Pulp Tarot. Okay, if you saw about, I think it was last weekend or the weekend before, I did a live reveal, if you want to call it that, of this deck. This deck falls in line with me for things being old school, traditional imagery, energy. It crosses the Pulp Tarot crosses many genres, and I thought I was gonna try and hold off on using this deck for a few more weeks, but you know what? I thought let me just go ahead and break it in and see how it reads for others. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to let me know. Okay, and I am more than happy to pull some cards for you to do reading. Donations are appreciated as always, but they are not forced upon. But if I do a reading for you and you feel that it has been of service for you, feel free to leave a donation. If not, that's fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to wait a little bit here because we are hitting towards the tail end of the day. So I don't know how many people are going to be coming in for this live. I know it's dinner hour for some people, but let me know, okay, if you'd like to have a reading. And I do have some things that I want to share with you, as I mentioned, but I kind of want to wait till I get a few more people coming in. Okay, so if anyone's watching, let me know in the chat. Say hello. If you have any questions, of course, feel free to let me know. This is kind of last minute too, so hopefully I'll get some people popping in. So I can excitingly read with this tarot deck, the Pulp Tarot. So I think what I'll do is, let's do this. For those who missed the walkthrough, okay, if you go back, type in the Pulp Tarot or just look through my videos from a few weeks ago, you will see me discussing and sharing some feedback. Hi, Mel, how are you? And sharing some feedback about this deck. This deck is, I mentioned it when I was doing my live. This deck is very generational. So I think this deck is, I feel this deck is going to probably be more in tune for people who can relate to the different genres. The younger folks may or may not understand this deck. It has wonderful imagery in it. So even though if they don't know this genre, at least maybe hopefully some of the images can work with them, you know. Hi, Taylor. How are you? Taylor Sophia Washington. Thank you for joining. You're new. Welcome. Thank you so much. Mel, I thought, no, that's right. You didn't see this. Thank you, Taylor. I appreciate that. So this deck I showcased a few weeks ago on my channel. So I thought maybe you caught this, the Pulp Tarot. I think you and Nancy were doing a live together the night that I was showing this. It was on a Saturday, I believe. So I wanted to hold off and kind of look through this deck a bit, but it's Rider-Waite Smith inspired. It's not. Hi, Renee. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for keeping me company. Everyone that's coming in, thank you. It's very straightforward, and it's a deck that, you know, I don't have to spend months studying or anything like that. So it uses the genres, but it places the different genres of the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and places it in the Rider-Waite Smith lineage. So it's very interesting. And when I saw this deck that Todd Alcott produced, and he's a graphic designer in Los Angeles, I felt he did a wonderful job. I'm not going to overly glamorize this, but I think he did a wonderful job. On the back here, I got Todd Alcott has been a playwright, a monologist, monologist. Don't know that word. Screenwriter, actor, and filmmaker, and now graphic artist living in Southern California. He does cultural mashups. So he puts things from a certain genre and sets it up to something that is to meet contemporary times. So he's a wonderful artist. Take a look at his work. Let's see here. Yeah, Mel, I think it may not be your cup of tea, but I'm going to be reading with this deck. I'm going to break it in to do readings. And I wanted to wait a little bit, wait until September, but something was telling me just jump into this deck. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a guest join me who also has this deck. And once we get a date set, we're going to do some shared readings with it. So that'll be pretty exciting. Let's see, Taylor, you said you think you have a Rider deck. Yeah, the Rider-Waite Smith deck, you'll know it. It obviously says Rider-Waite Smith on it. And it's the deck that a lot of people just move to when they're first starting with the tarot. Some people jump into different systems first. Sometimes they jump into the Dove system, into the Marseille. Marseille is a style of tarot where everything is pipped. So everything doesn't build a storyline like there is in a landscape, there isn't people. It's a lot of visual imagery set up in line to cups, swords, pentacles, and wands. So you'll know the difference. And that follows the Marseille style of those decks, follows more along the intuitive line of reading with those decks. I have a Marseille inspired deck, and I also was gifted a Marseille deck, but I need to sit down with it. And I think it's really good that when you get a tarot deck, as exciting as it is, to get your first deck, so on and so forth, don't force yourself. Don't force yourself in a way that you feel like you need to learn this deck because everyone else is doing it. Spend the time. You'll find decks that may resonate more with you or less with you, So, so those are my words. If you have any questions, of course, during this live, feel free to let me know. I'll be here for a few hours. Mel, as you see, she is known as Woolly Hermit. She has the blue wrench. She's a moderator. So anyone who pops in and you see that blue wrench, for those who are watching, she watches for trolls. These moderators watch for people who will try to interfere in the chat, maybe, put hate spammy stuff, and we don't like that. We don't want that. So we have a good group of people who come into the chat. Some are new, like we have Renee Walters. Thank you so much for joining. Taylor, you're new as well, so thank you for coming in. And if you have any questions, I want people to know as they come in for readings, I don't do anything predictive. Okay, so asking, is this going to happen? Am I going to get this relationship with Jay? I want to break up with this person. How does this other person feel? Stuff along those lines. Also, third-party questions, similar to what I just said. Don't ask for a third-party question. Don't ask about someone else. Okay, those are readings that I don't do. My readings are focused on the person who is here asking those questions, and they need to be about you. This is what the tarot is. The tarot is all about you. There should be more of a focus on yourself than anybody else. Okay. Let's see here. You have a question, Renee. Okay, excellent. And donations are appreciated. I'm going to put here my address. PayPal. It's through PayPal. And it's not forced upon, but if I do a reading for you and you feel that it's something that was of guidance for you, feel free to leave a donation. I'm putting here at gmail.com. There we go. And let's see, I got Taylor. Okay, so what can I ask in regards to myself? Nancy, hi. Nancy, you're never late. Anyone who comes in, it's totally fine. I know there's a time difference, but it's totally fine. So Nancy's here, Crohn's Intuition. So thank you for keeping me company, Nancy, as well. Partner in crime, Woolly Hermit, is here as well. So let's see here. Okay, I do first come, first serve. So Renee, see, Taylor came in with, okay, so what can I ask in regards to myself? We can do a general reading for those who they don't know where to phrase the question. If there's something that you're focused about yourself, like changes that you need to make or shifts that are going on with you, the best way to word a question like that is you have to change it to, what do I need to do? Okay, not what does this person need to do? Okay, remember, everything's focused on you. So when you think about your question, those who are watching, turn the question onto yourself. What can you do to turn around or to work through a situation? And that's the easiest way to do it, because we're turning this energy towards you and away from, asking about the influence that that is coming into play. You're the one that's going to inspire or shift the direction of what you're asking about. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right. Okay, so Taylor, you said generals. Okay, all right. I hope that makes sense. I'm pretty direct. I'm pretty upfront when it comes to the way that I read. So I want people to learn, for those who come into my channel, and if they come back again, how to ask a question, because then it goes deeper, and you can find guidance in how to take care of a situation. Okay, so sorry, my hair is all a mess. I'm just seeing the backlight here, and you're seeing all these crazy hairs. So okay, so Renee, let's see who came in first to ask a question. Renee. So Renee, I'll do your question first, and then Taylor, I'll go ahead and do yours. Okay, if that's okay. So Renee, how do people currently see me as a person? Okay. Let's do this. You're welcome. So let's do this, Renee. Okay. All right. And Taylor, yes, I saw your request about doing a journal. So this is a new deck that we're going to explore and see how it's going to read. So this is going to be very interesting. Okay. Some of you will probably be familiar with some of the imagery. Some of you may go, what is that about? Okay, so the images are different. All righty. Okay, so let's see. So Renee, let's work on this question. How do people currently see me as a person? Okay, remember what I was saying. We don't want to know what other people think. It's how we see ourselves. Okay, so with your permission, Renee, because I can't do a reading until you say yay or nay, I want to change with your permission. Let's say for you, Renee, what do you feel about yourself? Okay, what do you feel about yourself that's making you ask that question? Okay, so think about it like that. Okay, what's making you say that question? Okay, think about it like that, and I can do a reading for you regarding how you see yourself. Okay, because we don't want other people. We don't care what other people think. Okay, we care about us. It doesn't matter what other people think. Okay. Let's see. Okay, excellent. All right, Renee. So here we go. I'm going to pull a few cards. I'm going to read differently than I normally do with this deck. Okay. And I know I've been shuffling it for a while. I really want to move this energy in. Okay, so let's see for Renee. Pulp Tarot. Let's see what we have here for you. Okay. And I am going to pull right from the middle. Okay. I got here Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So Pentacles involve our self-worth, how we value ourselves, but also what we put out, what we share with others, how we invest our time into things. Okay. This I feel for you, Renee. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles. This is someone who is very serious about yourself. Okay, you take yourself in a sense where you almost have pride. You take pride. I'm going to pull a little bit from your question. You take pride from what people have to say to you based on what you're expressing outward. Okay, does that make sense? Because here we have a very strong individual. Okay, and the way we get to this point here externally, everything is material with the Pentacles. Everything is external influences. You want to maintain this. You want to maintain this sense of personal identity, this sense of personal security, the sense, hi, Lucky 777, thank you for joining. The sense of groundingness, like this is who I am. Okay. This is how I see myself. Okay. Now, if you don't feel that this is you, this is energy that needs to come, that you need to bring into you. Okay. This is regarding energy of building more self-esteem, building more trust in yourself. Okay. And the way that you do that is you have to do the work. Okay. So we have to do this work to make these changes and to be the person that you want to be. Okay. And if people see this, they see you doing the work, they see you doing the changes, they're seeing these shifts that are going for you in a place that you're putting more value into who you are. People are going to move to you. They're going to go, hey, look at all this work that she's done. Look at all these shifts. Look at all these changes that's been going on. The Queen of Pentacles is also associated with the sign of Capricorn. Okay. Traditionally, some decks have different representations of astrology and the moon signs in relation to the tarot. But Capricorn deals with discipline, focus, doing that hard work, and doing it because you want to do it. Okay. And it comes natural. Let's see. You have a Capricorn moon and Mercury. Okay. Those are very strong placements for you, especially for this Queen of Pentacles. Okay. So when you look at this image here, I'm going to cover my face. I mean, we see someone who is strong, dedicated, has worked hard, and we're seeing the lushness of the background. I mean, we have beautiful flowers on her head. She's earned this, the crown, if you will, of success, but of hard work. And it's something that, like I said, if it's something that you don't have, start working that energy in. Okay. And for anyone who is watching and that I do readings for, if you have a tarot deck and I do a reading for you, I'm going to probably play it light with this deck. I may only pull like 1 or 2 cards from it, depending on how I'm feeling. But if you do have a tarot deck, and I know some of you do, Renee and Taylor, whatever card or cards I pull for you, pull that card out from that deck and look at it. It's going to look different, if you do have a Rider-Waite-Smith, but it's going a Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's going to look different, but it still holds the same energy. Okay. So just keep this in mind. Okay. With the Queen of Pentacles, strength, dedication, will. Okay. But also limitations. You don't want to, there's, with Capricorn, there's that discipline, and you can sometimes get lost in that and kind of not, you kind of put yourself in a little structure and you can't move out of it. I think it's very important, and I state this with all Capricorns, that to give some space. Okay. Don't be so rigid, like I have to do this, I got to do this way, it has to look like this. That's fine, but give some room to play. Okay. Because with the Queen of Pentacles, it's earthy, but to get to this state here of success, personal success and personal value, you have to give and take a little bit with the energies that you're around. Okay. So I hope that works for you, Renee. I hope that makes sense. I think I'm going to just end up doing maybe 1 or 2 card readings because so far with this one card, I feel I can pull a lot from it. So I'm going to do that for this episode, for this live. I'm just going to pull probably no more than 1 to 2 cards and let naturally my intuition just, spew out what I feel from it. Okay. Yeah, it's a lighthearted deck, but if you watch the video that I did, the live of the Pulp Tarot, I did a reading at the far end, just to see how that deck communicates, and I pulled out some pretty intense cards. I did like 3 cards. One of them was the Hermit, which is my my archetype for this year. So it's I think it's going to be pretty wonderful to work with this deck. Ali, hi, how are you? Welcome. Look at all the purple. You see the purple in your picture, Ali, and the purple hearts. Thank you for subscribing. Renee, thank you. You're so welcome. Thank you. Feel free to hang out, talk with everyone else here in the chat. It's all about the community and meeting people and exchanging energy and experiences. So feel free to stick around, okay? So thank you again, Renee. Taylor, you are up. We are going to do a general reading for you. And so again, donations are appreciated. My email address, if you scroll up, it's through PayPal, so feel free to leave a donation if I do a reading for you. It could be of any amount. If not, that's totally fine as well. I appreciate you being here. Let people know about this channel if you like, and I'll be sharing content. I'm going to mention in a little bit. I'm going to have a special video announcement in a few weeks, and so I'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too sidetracked with that. And I'll mention it again later on. Okay. Thank you, Mel. So Taylor, Lucky, and Allie. Okay. So Lucky, I hope you are great. Thank you for coming in. Lucky 777. Wonder if Debbie 777 is going to pop in. Lucky, I have a fellow follower who her name is Debbie 777. So it's like okay. Okay. It's the it's just the names, how they work. Okay, so Taylor, I have Joe Biden here. I don't know. Moderators, can you watch this carefully, please? Okay, just watch carefully. Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, ladies. Okay, so I have moderators here. The moderators are with the blue wrench. I'm very serious about any funny stuff here in this chat, and to anyone who is in the chat. If there's anything that comes across that is not related to this, you're going to get reported. I'm just going to state it right out there, okay? No, it's okay. We have to just be careful, okay? That's all I'm saying, especially with the username, okay? We don't know what, people come in with different usernames, so no one's going to get hurt, okay, unless there's action taken. That's all I'm saying. Okay, it's all good. So I'm going to focus on these readings here. And ladies, Mel and Nancy, you know what to do. Okay, if things get kind of weird. All right, so Taylor, let's do a general for you. Okay, let's see what the Pulp Tarot has to say. Okay, so again, I'm just gonna pull like probably 1 or 2 cards from this. Donations are appreciated. If you want if you want me to do a reading ahead of everyone else, let me know. Put it in large letters that you've left a donation. I will verify that, and I will do a reading for you. And I will pull a few more cards in doing so for the donation. Okay. All right. Taylor, thank you for waiting. Here we go with your reading. Okay, let's just do a general. This was such an awful shuffle. Hang on a second. All right. Here we go. Yeah, that's totally fine, Allie. Thank you for asking. Okay, so again, no predictive questions or inquiries, no third-party readings. The questions are all about you. Okay, and I will continue to say that until readers who, or until people who ask questions understand that there is a difference. Okay, here we go. Okay, Eight of Swords. Let's see here. Hang on 1 second here. Okay, and everyone who's coming in, thank you. I hope you're having good evening, afternoon. Thank you for keeping me and everyone else here company. Okay, and Joe Biden, thank you for just hanging out. Okay, so Taylor, I have here the Eight of Swords. Okay, don't freak out, please, 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 please. I'm a very direct person when it comes to my reading. No pulling punches or anything. Okay, this is not necessarily a bad card or a good card. It's a card of just awareness. Okay, and so no, Taylor. I see the emoji popping up. So here, okay, the Eight of Swords. The swords we see in the RWS is conflict of the mind, mental blocks, fear, mental fear, self-imposing challenges, so on and so forth. Um, you know, pull those bootstraps up. Whenever you get a card that's so ominous, right? We have here the Eight of Swords. Okay, so look at it here. We got the full moon behind, and I actually like this, and I like this depiction because it actually gives me a different way of seeing this card. Okay, the full moon is revealing. Okay, when we have a full moon, depending on what sign it is, it uses that influence of that sign when it's in that full moon state. Here with the Eight of Swords, the moon is revealing. It's a time to, face any challenges, but we're talking more mental challenges, more self-imposing blocks that we put upon ourselves. Okay, and those self-imposing blocks are the things that hold us back. Okay, and so this is facing our fears right off the bat. Okay, as you look closely, there's different depictions of the Eight of Swords in various decks. This person is completely entrapped in the front, on the side, potentially in the back. And we see this fortress that's just broken down. But we have that light. We have that light of the full moon, which won't take place until September 10th, I believe. And that will be in Pisces. But it's time to just face up to these fears that we have, things that are holding us back. Hey, Cal, Lizzie. And know that we can move through this. Think about challenges that we've gone through, okay? Challenges, either physical challenges, emotional challenges, and of course, mental challenges, okay? When you can't move, when you're imprisoned like this, nothing's gonna move. The mind's not gonna focus. It's not gonna heal. It's not gonna make the steps needed to make the changes. It is time, Taylor, that this is what's going on. Just to face what's going on. Don't do it all at once, okay? There's just so much that's going on, and you have to work with those energies. I see you say your birthday September 8th, so happy early birthday, okay? And if you feel like this is what's going on, okay, so it's something where we really, not we, when I say we, I talk about the collective, because I take this reading, even though it's for one person, we can apply it to ourselves if that's what's going on. We need to move forward, okay? And as we deal with these challenges, these swords start being removed. They become less painful because we're actually doing the work to heal. Okay, we're making these steps. Now, I also want to emphasize that when it comes to any form of mental illness, depression, anything of that nature, the tarot only goes so far. Okay, do not rely on a tarot deck if you are getting consistent issues and blocks dealing with mental illness. This will not help you. And this ends up being a crutch because you'll start relying on this. Go and get help. Plain and simple. Okay? Plain and simple. So that's my side, my disclaimer when it comes to especially working with the swords. So Taylor, work with this. Okay? Use this card as something that you can see to overcome. Okay? That moon is there. That moon is there to like open things up and giving you the opportunity to see what's really going on. Okay, but don't do it all at once. Okay, the Eight of Swords, because there's 8 of them, can lean that there is multiple issues. Okay, I'm not saying there's mental illness or anything going on, but there could be a leaning towards the way that you approach blocks. You kind of like jump around certain things and not really focusing directly on what needs to be taken care of. And that's why when you kind of avoid the situation with the swords, like mentally try to deal with anything that's holding you back, you're not dealing with it directly. So another sword goes in. And you're like, oh no, another sword. I can't deal with this. You're putting another sword. That's how that mind frame of thinking and avoiding things start building up. You encapsulate yourself in that way. Okay. So see the Eight of Swords like that, what you can do, what you can make those changes for. Okay. You're so welcome, Taylor. I'm sorry. I just glance up every now and then to look at the chat because I don't want to look at it while I'm doing readings. Let's see. Oh, excellent. You and Mel have the same birthday. Happy early birthday, Mel. Happy early birthday. Yeah, that's excellent, Nancy. See the Eight of Swords as possibilities. Okay. Anything that you see in the tarot that holds a heavy meaning, like the Death card, the Tower, or the Devil, these are just signs that you need to be aware of, and signs are saying you need to make the change. Okay. And I don't want to say it's as easy as that, but it's that perspective that you need to take. Okay. So don't see it as heavy. Okay. It's a reminder. It's letting you know that work needs to be done. Okay. So everyone who's watching, coming in, thank you. You are so welcome to join in. Excuse me, my throat gets like this when I do a lot of readings. You're so welcome to join in the chat. So keep it nice, keep it friendly, introduce yourself to other people. This is the space that I like to hold here. So I have Taylor, and who else? You're so welcome again, Taylor. I think, let me see here. Mel, I lost track. Someone asked me, can the reader do curses? I'm a bit new to all this. I'm not even sure if this question is taboo. Oh, definitely no curses. No, I don't do that kind of work. I do no harm unto anyone. Blessings are what's needed, not curses. But there are some people who, they do darker work, and I don't do that, and I won't do that. Okay. So So basically the readings here are they're from the tarot. So if you have a question that you want to ask, everything's intuitive. So whatever deck I'm working with, I work with the representation of that card that comes up, but also the energy that I feel and anything else that I get that I feel can guide the reader to taking care of what the question's about. Okay. So, Love Light, hi, how are you? Okay. All right, all right. Okay, Lucky 777. Okay. All righty. And okay, all right, Joe, it's okay. Appreciate the heart. Okay. Yes, you can. Thank you, Love Light. Thank you for asking. All right, Lucky 777, I believe. Let me see here. Lucky, I forgot. What was your question, Lucky? Lucky, can you go ahead and state your question again? Michelle, hi, how are you? Thank you for popping in. So Lucky, go ahead. What's headed my way? Okay. I'm going to take that. Let's do that as a general reading. Okay. Let's just see. Oh, excellent. Yes, I know he was doing live readings today too. I think with Ben and Tangi, and I think there's one other person. All righty. I'll have to watch the replay as always. Okay, so Lucky, is there something, Lucky 777, is there something specifically that you want me to focus on? Is it regarding more of career? Is it regarding more about you? A relationship? Let me know. If not, if you just want a general, I will go ahead and do that. Love. Okay, of course, love, right? Okay, so let's do a general reading. Okay. Just before I go into Lucky 777's reading, is Biden the name? Is that Irish? Is he Irish? I know he comes from a Catholic upbringing, but does it mean that everyone Catholic is Irish? Does anyone know? He is Irish. Okay, there we go. Oh, Biden? I guess. Irish, put the O in front of it. Okay. Okay, so for those who are watching, coming in, I am playing with the Pulp Tarot. So far, so good. That's all I'm going to say. I can pull a lot of information. I'm surprised with from just the one or two cards, or one card that I've been reading. Okay. So yes, thank you. Thank you, Willie Hermit Mel, for the reminder. Okay, so general reading. Let's go to Lucky 777. Nice card stack. Alrighty, pulling from the middle. Okay. I'm reading differently for those who normally have come on my channel, because I'm breaking in this deck. So far with the cards that I'm pulling, I'm getting a lot of information from the one card. So if you leave a donation and you want me to do a little bit more of a bigger reading, I'm more than happy to. I'll pull some extra cards, but I feel I could get what I need from just maybe one or two cards. Okay, so here is your card. Lucky 7-7, Knight of Cups. Okay, Cups, for those who don't know, deals with the emotions, matters of the heart. The Knight of Cups, astrologically, can be associated or is associated to the sign of Pisces. But here, what's interesting is with the Knight of Cups, and we talked about this when I was doing the live, right, Cal, Lizzie? We were talking about the Three Musketeers. The Knight of Cups is dealing with love, but it's a deep love. Okay, it's a love that people have different approaches and different influences on how matters of the heart affects them. Okay, it can be more on the superficial. It could be more heartfelt. But here, this kind of love goes towards compassion. It goes in the sense that you really put yourself in fully into something, and that's wonderful. But when it comes to this, the Knight of Cups, okay, even though we have this openness to explore love, this card here tells me that the way that you connect with love, it goes beyond the emotions. It goes deep. And so you can sort of lose yourself in that realm of when you're in a relationship or something that you love in general. Like it could be your animal companion. It could be your favorite book, deck, whatever, anything that you really find a very strong hold to. You take it in deep, and you feel almost every nuance of what's going on in that situation, whether it's your love for the cat, so on and so forth, dog, tarot deck, your car, person, family. Okay. Pisces is a mutable sign. They deal with feelings very, very deep, but they also keep it to themselves. And so I always state Pisces is the mysterious sign for me out of all of the astrological signs. But here we're seeing an exploration. Okay, we're seeing this excitement of something that is being experienced, that is moving the heart, that is moving the emotions, and you're just going with it. Okay, but you hold on. You really hold on to those feelings, and you have to be careful with it. Okay, because energy, emotion shifts, emotions change. We need to be careful if when the tides change, if I can use that element for water, to be prepared for what may happen. Okay, so it's okay with this card to experience anything that you are going through with love, potential love, so on and so forth. But you tend to keep it to yourself, and you tend to get really enveloped in it. So, but it's the experience for you that's most important. You want to learn, you want to understand, you want to explore all these different options. So that's what I have here. 777, lucky 777 for the Knight of Cups. Okay, be explorative. If you are moving towards a relationship of some sort, be open to it. But again, be mindful of getting lost in those waters of the feelings overwhelming you and potentially weighting you down, because we want to keep this energy moving. We want to keep this energy healthy and flowing so you can experience things as it happens. Okay, so that's what I have here with the Knight of Cups. Okay, it's a deep experience with the Knight of Cups. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see here. Let's see. It's okay. There's stuff going on. I had a feeling it was going to happen. Ladies, thank you so much. Fish swimming in two directions at once. One on the surface. The other underneath. Exactly, Cal Lizzie. You're dealing with two realms. You're dealing, but we don't see it in this card. We don't see really strong Piscean energy, but in this sense, we're seeing more or less the exploration of what's going on at the conscious state. It's what's happening inside at the same time. And that's where that energy of Pisces comes in. And it really brings these feelings down to a deeper realm. Pisces feels emotions very differently because of that deep connection to those feelings. It becomes spiritual to them. The experience that they have is one that it goes, like I was saying, it goes beyond emotions. It becomes something that it becomes a part of them, and so it becomes that experience that is so important for the Knight of Cups. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I like this deck. I like the way this deck is reading. It's very nice. Okay. 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 Thank you, Mel. Thank you. I had a feeling, I don't want to jump the gun, but, there is a place for everyone. So thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I called it out at the beginning before this person came online. I said, I don't tolerate anything like that. So this person could have probably just been waiting to just slowly, show nice, and then, start showing a inverted clover that shows that this person wasn't coming from the right place. Let's see here. Okay, Allie, thank you so much. Yeah, it's just, this is a RWS inspired deck, but again, it's the way it's depicted with the different genres. It works very nicely. I was a little concerned if the genres would distract me, but they don't. They don't. This deck is working very nicely. It's not going to be for everyone, like I said earlier, but if you can get past the imagery, like I said, because I don't work with a lot of decks that have heavy human representation, but I can go past that if it's the right deck. And I think this one is. Allie, yay! Okay. Let's see. Introduce. Is that the name? Let's see here. Okay, that's totally fine. Thank you, Mel. I'm just now catching up with the bottom part of the chat. Okay, everyone still hang tight here. I'm going to be doing readings for a little bit longer, so appreciate your patience. And like I said, I'm just going to limit it to like 1 or 2 cards as I break in this deck. Let's see here. Noah Smuckler to my mom. Is this a relationship question, Allie? because just to let you know, I don't do anything predictive. Okay, so I can't answer questions along the line of what you're saying. Is it right timing to introduce this person to your mom? So I need to know, is this a relationship question? It is. Okay. Let's do this because that's like a predictive question. Let's do this. Okay, Allie. Let's just see where the energy is right now, okay, with the relationship. Excuse me one moment. I'm going to plug in my computer. There we go. You'll hear the little beep. Yeah, if I can, I'd like to do that with your permission. Okay. And it'll show the energy of where things are going, if things need to be maybe held off. Hi, IA, how are you? Thank you for coming in. IA put a comment on one of the videos, and he or she, I don't know, IA, if you're male or female, and we exchanged some comments. So thank you for joining. That's wonderful. Okay, so yes, let me do that, Allie. Let's just see how. Let's just see where things currently are. Okay. Something's telling me to do. Let me do one card. The church bells ringing. Okay. Let's just do here. Okay. I may have to do a follow-up card with this, okay? Let's see. I'm trying not to look at the food. You guys are talking about food. Shame on you. No food. Okay, so Allie, when I show you this card, okay, remember, depending on the depiction of it, if it's something negative, it's just, if it comes across as something negative, it's just something to be aware of. Not that, it's how you're going to approach the situation. So I got here 10 of Swords. Okay, the swords are popping up here today with this deck. So here with the 10 of Swords, okay, don't turn frowns upside down or anything. Okay, the 10 of Swords is just that. Everything is coming to an end. There's been conflicts. There's been challenges. This is a card that is of moving forward, changing the perspective of things. I almost want to say, interesting. With this 10 of Swords, I'm almost feeling like there's been a lot that's been going on with this individual between you and potentially the mom. There may have been a lot of back and forth going on. And your question asking, is it the right time to introduce this person to your mother? This is a conversation I feel you need to have with your partner. Okay, and ask him if we're ready, if you and this person are ready to make the step forward, whether if you're moving towards a committed relationship. I am going to pull another card though. If you feel like you've cleared things, because if there's any uncertainty when it comes to introducing this person to your mom, that's going to still continue to hold this 10 of Swords. There's still going to be some issues that need to be worked on. Yeah, I want to put, ooh. Okay. About 3 cards flew out, so I'm going to pull the one that's on top. Wow. Okay, 5. There's 5 of Wands. I think you need to. I think you need to take care of some stuff. Okay, 5 of Wands. We have the conflict of the mind here. You know, making sure we have confidence and letting go and moving ahead. But I'm getting this 5 of Wands here. There could be a difference of opinion. There could be something ensuing. I'm feeling like maybe the mom may not be happy in something, or may not, I'm not going to say approve, but there seems to be there seems to be some conflict. So before introducing this person, I think you need to have a talk, Allie, before introducing this person to your mom. Okay. And make sure that you're feeling it on both sides, that you're feeling good about this. And if there are any challenges, okay, it's going to be a struggle. Okay, so the fact that I got 2 cards that are dealing with different kinds of intensity is showing just to be mindful. Doesn't mean like this is going to happen, but these are cards to show what can you do to prevent the matter from exploding. Okay, which there could be a potential of it happening if you and your partner aren't feeling confident about the relationship, about each other. Okay, so make sure you literally lay the cards out on the table. Okay, and express to both of you about things, because you may be surprised and some things may come up that you weren't aware of, and that could pose the direction of how you want to introduce your partner to your mom. Okay, so again, these are just cards to be mindful. Okay, just to be aware of energy shifting. Okay, if you're not honest with each other. Okay, so 10 of Swords and 5 of Wands. A lot of arguing. Not physical. A lot of arguing could potentially happen. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah. I just wanted to pull the first card that came out of the cards that flew out. Yes, forethought. That's very smart. That's see. You know, you're looking at these cards and you're already seeing that they're, what you could potentially prevent by taking care of any matters at this time. You are so welcome. Thank you, Allie. Feel free to come back, okay? But again, these are just signs. Take it with a grain of salt, okay? But just be mindful before going in. Kind of think about it for those who, I don't have any kids, but, just kind of think about if you have a child and they told you that they're dating someone and you're about to meet that person. I mean, parentally, you're probably going to have a little bit of judgment and you're going to want to see what this person is about. So you got to have that confidence that when you're going to approach an elder, peer, mother, grandma, father, grandfather, whatever, about a situation that, that you're going to be confident and letting that person know that, hey, this is what's going on. I love this person, or, I think we want to go a step further. And as a parent, I'm not a parent, but as parents, I would guess they would want to have that confidence that that person is going to be, the right fit for them. But, you can't really tie that down as a parent, Okay, yeah, feel free to update. Be nice to hear how things, turn out. But, just keep in mind of that energy. Okay, just be a little bit more cautious. Okay, let me take a few second break to kind of catch up here. And I know I have a few more readings. Lizzie, I like that they put women fighting in the Five of Wands. First deck I've seen that in, but women can swing a fight. Yeah. It's actually, you know what? You did see that it is mixed, that it's men and women. So it is good to see that the shift of representation of the Five of Wands to represent men and women, not exclusively men or exclusively women. But again, that depends on the deck and the creator that's behind it. Yeah, Lizzie. You have to have a strong foundation as a couple. Yeah, it's just like you're approaching the judge. And I was like, okay, how are you going to convince me that you need this so badly and that I can approve what you are asking about, and that I feel confident that this is going to be in your best interest. All righty. Love light. Let me know if you are here. Okay. And Allie, feel free. Everyone else, like I said, that I've done readings for, feel free to stick around. We have some wonderful people here in the chat. We have moderators keeping an eye out on things, keeping the waters clear and not so rough. So everyone here in the chat, we're very friendly to each other. So feel free to introduce yourself. If you don't want to have a reading, that's fine. But also subscribe. Hit the thumbs up, hit the notification bell, let people know about this channel. I'm doing readings once a week, but in about, let me think here, in about 2 weeks, I'm going to be making an announcement. So stay tuned for that. And that is going to be, let me look here. It's going to be the full moon in Pisces. So I can't think of a better time to make an announcement on that weekend about some stuff. Okay, so hang tight for that. Let's see here. Love light, are you here? There you go. Excellent. Yeah, exactly, Lizzie. What's coming for love? Okay. Let's see here. Okay. Thank you, Love Light. Appreciate it. Let people know about the channel. It's growing slowly. I'm just not putting enough content as much as I would like to. Trying to make that change. So it takes time. So if you'd like to leave a donation, feel free to do so. It supports the channel. It supports decks. So for those who have donated for me, thank you so much, because I got this deck because of you guys. Okay. So thank you so much. And I give back in this way by, trying out new tools and seeing how it works with my practice and sharing it back. Okay. So thank you. Let's see. Okay. So what's coming for love? Okay. So love light, can you just say yes or no? Reconciliation. So you were in a relationship and it has ended. Is that what you're asking? I just want to make sure I'm coming from the right place for doing this reading for you. Let me know. Okay. I have to look at that Stellium app. I think I looked at it and I got sidetracked. Hi, Kristen. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Love light, can you let me know? Because then I could put the proper energy into this reading for you. As long as I understand if this is a relationship that you have come out of. Okay, thank you. Okay, talk amongst yourself. So do this reading for love light. Everyone else is watching, feel free to join in. If you'd like me to do a reading, let me know. State your question. And I will work with the Pulp Tarot, which is it's a very good deck. See, you follow your hunches. Follow your hunches, and when the deck speaks out to you, this didn't speak out too strongly to me, but it spoke to me. It's good. It's good. And no contact. Okay, all right. Don't tell me anymore. Okay, love light? So let's see what's going on here. Let's just see right now where energy is, okay, regarding this relationship. Alrighty. Oops. I have a nervous habit, shuffling continuously. Okay, this card is just dangling from my fingers, so I'm going to use that card. And just use that card. Wow, okay. The Pulp Tarot has spoke. Apparently, it is stuck in the realm of swords. This is the card that was just sort of hanging on my finger. So I'm getting a feel. The Pulp Tarot is something not to play lightly with. It seems to have a lot to say. Got the Six of Swords here. So love light, Six of Swords. This is a card that deals with we're having to move away from a scenario. We need to be in a different place. Headspace. If it means changing this perspective, if it means like moving to a different, not moving, but like going to a different area so you could be with your thoughts. This is where you need to be. And regarding reconsoling, I think right now that's something that is needed to be focused. Okay, we got the moon in the background. Okay, the moon is, and again, it's the full moon. It's shedding light. It's revealing when the moon is at its fullest state. It's guiding us. The moon deals with our emotions. Here, I'm seeing a joining of how we're feeling, but also what our mind is processing. Okay, and so we need to focus on this. We need to focus on the energy of how we're feeling, but also how we're thinking. I've used the term every now and then. Feel with your mind, think with your heart. Okay. And don't think of an answer like, what does that mean immediately? Because it's an intuitive message that when you break down those words, think with your heart, feel with your mind, you'll understand that process. And what that is when everything just feels right. Okay. You've made a choice. You're moving in a direction where everything feels right. The heart feels right. The mind feels right. They're joining together. Here, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to work in this relationship so that it makes sense. So it makes sense to you here, anything that's happened, but it also feels right here and it makes sense here. Okay. And that's the journey. Okay. That's trying to understand this and putting it together. Okay. We also have someone here behind you, support. Okay. It could physically be someone else that's there, or it could be your knowing self. Your knowing self is that deeper part of yourself that really knows what the answer is, and it's meeting that individual and trusting in the direction that it's guiding you to. Okay, it's interesting. Quite a few swords popped up already from this deck, so we're looking at energy of how our mind is processing information. Okay, so love light, I hope that makes sense for you, because it's soul searching with the Six of Swords. Okay, you ultimately take the way I interpret this card, the visual of this card, and you make the choice. You take the guidance from this to place you in the direction that you feel is best suited for you, not for the other person, for you. Okay? Because when you start changing, people see this. And when you start changing for the better and someone hasn't changed, people are funny. They can sometimes come in and want to take that energy away from you, So do some questioning, do some soul searching. Okay. And I like what Lucky 777 just said. It's peaceful. Put yourself in this place where you are not distracted. This is a distraction-free zone card. Okay. I'm going to move closer because it's almost like you're in the cosmos. Like the Milky Way is like in the distance. You are so high up in the constellations, in the sky, that we have this energy. It's there to guide us. Okay. So just spend some time with yourself. Okay. And look at the relationship from a different perspective. Okay. Okay. So just spend time. Okay. Love light. And just you may start getting answers, but you have to be open to it. Whenever there's a change going on, or you're trying to address some issues, you got to be open to it. You can't be scared. You can't be closed. When you're closed, you're not going to allow any movement of energy to come in to guide you. You're closing that light from coming in that you need for the guidance to help you. Let's see. Yeah, distraction-free zone. That's what the card called out to me. It's peaceful. It's where you need to be. Okay. You're so welcome. You are so welcome, love light. Okay. And feel free to come back. Any questions? Okay. And don't be hard on yourself. Whenever there's a series of swords showing up in a reading, never be hard on yourself, because things are already hard as it is. Don't challenge yourself any more than where you are right now. Okay. So that's something that needs to be very, very important when it comes to, understanding a situation, whether how to move from it, or how to move from it in a way so that you can grow, or to move from it in a way so that you can let go of that energy and be done with it. No cursing. I'm giggling at Lizzie. Seriously, lucky jumpers and stickers and bears. I miss the stickers. I don't know what that is. The Six of Swords, huh? Yeah, the Six of Swords is like the six in any of the minor arcana is that mediating card. You know, it's like you've moved on from that five, from the Five of Wands, Cups, Swords, Pentacles. And it's like this is where we are with the six. You know, it can be challenging, but it's showing the potential of what needs to be done. You know, it's up to you to do it. Let's see here. Mel. Yeah. Yeah, of course. I'll show some of the cards. Oh, Mel, the Hermit card. Ooh. Card sticking to your fingers. Oh, got it. Okay. I get more floppers than jumpers with my family. Well, I know when people talk about tarot decks, they're always talking about card stock and stuff. This is actually nice. It's not too, sorry, it's not too light. It's Goldilocks. It's the Goldilocks. It's the Goldilocks weight. It's not too thick. It's not too heavy. It's just right. It has a little bit of stiffness. You know, it is what it is. I don't like talking about cardstock unless it's really apparent, like it's cramping my fingers or it's slicing my hands or fingers, you know, while I'm shuffling. But yeah, actually, I like this. It's very faint. I think the original edition of this deck, not think I know, it was gilded in red, but this is now. I believe Todd was saying this is the second edition, and I'm already cracking these cards. Wow. Okay. But I like the texture. It's very plaid. Kind of like that. You know, when you look at decks and depending on how they're printed, the back, and if you line them up all together, you get a nice little texture here. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, where's my porridge? Okay, who published this? It's independently published. You can find it at, I don't know if it's at Barnes and Nobles, but I got this at a bookstore. You can order it online too through Todd's shop. It is from Brooklyn, New York. Brooklyn, New York. It's called the Unemployed Philosophers Guild. That's what I see right here. And so, and this is little LWB, Little White Book. Very simple. So for those who already know the RWS, you can easily go right into this deck and read with it. There we have the Empress. Yeah, you could go to an independent bookstore. Again, I don't know if you can get it at Barnes and Noble's bookstore, but yeah, go to the small businesses, support them, support the artists if you can directly through the website. His first printing sold out quite quickly, so I had to wait till the second printing came out, which was just over the summer. So my timing was right to meet with this deck. And I want to work with this deck for Halloween, one of the decks during Samhain, for any events that may take place. So I could bring this deck because I think this will be fun to read with. What drew me to this deck was just the vintage of it and the different genres. Here, I'm going to move closer. Here are some of the decks because it deals with certain themes of the genres of the 30s through all the way to the 70s. And I really appreciated this. It's nothing contemporary. I think I only have one. I know I've mentioned this before. I think I only have one contemporary deck. And what I mean by contemporary is just the imagery. They have, the people look modern. They don't look like someone who's dated from the 80s or 90s or anything like that. It's it has its own personality. And so that's what I like about it. I like decks that push the buttons. Todd did a wonderful job because he works with these genres, and I think, as I mentioned earlier, he did a wonderful job putting genres into the tarot. Let's see here. I have to admit that I am a bit of a card. My favorite is the Los Gatabio decks. I have a few of their decks, and I was given some to review many years ago. I found their card stock. I think I have 2 decks from Los Gatabio. They're very thin. I just found them to be a little thin. This has weight to it. You know, it's kind of hard to, when people do this, you don't know what that is when you do it online. But yeah, I just found it more on the thinner side. And I found that some of the cards just crease. So it's just like, nah. But, if they come out with a deck that really wows me, I'm going to have to bypass that and just work with the deck itself in spite of, the card stock. See, your Shadow of Oz is from there too. Okay, I don't know about that, but that sounds interesting. Instead of the Wizard of Oz, is it like the shadow version of the Wizard of Oz? It's like the storyline of the Wizard of Oz, all done in the darker realm. That's kind of interesting. My vintage tarot is from Los Gatabio. I think I've seen that vintage tarot. Let's see here. I don't have Luna Soul. You know what? I think someone showcased, Mel, the Trick or Treat deck from Barbara Moore. I'm gonna have to look at it again, but again, I'm picky. I'm stuck in a certain class of decks I want to get, so I have to take a look at that. Let's see here. But based on the book characters, okay. Yeah, I can't bridge. I can't bridge shuffle. That's why I shuffle the way that I do, because I have arthritis here, and so it makes it hard when you have to do that, and it's a bit challenging. Okay, yeah. See, for Los Gatabio, maybe they've changed the card stocks that they've worked with. I don't know. Yeah, I'm different. I'm the nonconformist. I'm the nonconformist in a community where there are other nonconformists. But I'm open. I'm an open nonconformist. All righty. Yeah, the weirder the better, right? Let's see here. Mel, I'll pull a few cards, but I want to still continue to do readings. So if anyone wants to come in and have a reading done, let me know. I'm more than happy to read for you. Again, donations are appreciated, but they are not forced upon. Ooh, I just found a new way to shuffle this. Interesting. See, I think there's some decks that you can shuffle a certain way, and other decks that you just can't. Let's see. Yeah, that works a little bit better. I have to shrug my shoulders, but okay. So anybody who wants readings, let me know. I am here for you, working with the Pulp Tarot. Let's see, the Green Witch cards. Okay. I've seen the Green Witch card or Green Witch tarot deck. To win me over. I think that was by Moira, Moira. Am I correct with that, Mel? That she's the creator of that deck? Michelle. I don't have the Green Witch. I think the only card, hold on one second. The only deck that I have is close to the styling of the Green Witch, I feel, is the Forest of Enchantment. And that deck, it's one of those decks that I haven't read with in quite some time, but there's something very unique with it. There's something very, that mystical forest environment that I obviously, when living in the mountains, I just so connected with. I loved that deck when I first got it, but it was time for me to move on from it. But I want to keep that deck because I think of all the decks I have, it's a deck that I can read with for children. So if I'm placed where I have kids, I'm going to be reading for them, and I have read for a few children, I go for that deck because it has a bit of an innocence, but also has that mysterious feel that kids, I think, are curious about, and it's not too scary for them. So the Forest of Enchantment, I feel I'm going to hold on to. Give me 1 second, because Spirit needs to come in. Hold on 1 second. It's okay. It's just Jack. It's Uncle Jack. Here you go. Ready? Here you go. Oh. All righty. Figure bring him in for a little bit. Oh, okay. Let's see. Yeah, Lizzie, go ahead. Ask a question. No problem. Yes or no? Okay. Kristen, I'm happy to do a reading for you, of course. Yeah, I know there are decks out there specifically made for children, but I feel the Forest of Enchantment can cross over to both. So for adults and for kids. So you want to get up? You want to get up? Don't turn around. It's showing your bum at me. Okay, I'm looking at this at the questions here. I wouldn't mind reading be interested in seeing what the cards have to say about it. Okay, Kristen, will do. Yeah, he's getting big. He's getting big. He's on the other side of the table now. But I'm changing his diet. Just a quick update with him. I'm changing his diet, and I'm putting him back onto the last few weeks I've put him back onto raw pet food, and I will get to those questions, Lizzie and Kristen, just to lighten him up a little bit, because he's not as active without being, since I don't have that massive yard that I did up in the mountains, so he doesn't go out as much. So I think in the last few weeks he feels a little bit lighter, maybe a pound or so. So I have him mixed on healthy kibble, and there is such a thing as healthy kibble, and raw, to help him get that balance. And I think he's okay with it. Let's see. He's voluptuous. Spirit, apparently you're voluptuous. He doesn't quite have a figure 8. He kind of has, it's kind of like round. I don't know. It's like this, I guess. I don't know. Except after the lizards. Yeah, he hasn't caught a lizard in a while. I think because of the weather here, it's been a little unpredictable for lizards to come out. He's been out today and yesterday, and he hasn't brought a lizard in. Okay. Thank you, Nancy, with the cats. Let's see here. Okay, so Lizzie, let me look at your question. A person I knew many years ago, a friend who did a lot of damage. I think this person has a YouTube and is doing readings, but I'm not. It's been so many years. Oh, wow. Okay. My dad was eating cat dry food like pretzels till mom told him that he turned. Oh my God. Wow. How did he get cat food mixed up with snacks? Oh my God. Yeah, fill in the blanks. Okay, so let's see here. First come, first serve. So Kristen, I'll do the reading for you, and then Lizzie. Okay, so you know what, Lizzie, what I'll do? That's weird. A friend of yours, and now you think that the person's doing readings here. I figure you would recognize the person. I don't know. Let me know how you want me to approach that for a reading. Okay. Think about that. Let me know, and I'll work on Kristen's reading. Let's see. Okay. So Kristen, let's see where the energy is. Okay. Oops, you see what's here. All right. Okay, and again, I'll be here for maybe another 20 minutes or so, and I'll pull a few cards outside of doing the readings. For people who have not seen the deck, I'll pull some other cards here so you can get an idea. So as I have people here, just to let you know, in 2 weeks, I'm going to be making an announcement here on my channel, and that will probably be the weekend of September 9th or 10th. And also I'm going to try next weekend. I know next weekend's Labor Day. I want to see if I could get a guest in to do a live discussion. So I'm not going to say just yet because I like to wait until it's all confirmed. But this will be a discussion about the influence of a certain form of spiritual practice or belief that has influenced you in your practice. Does that make sense? The person will be talking about that. That's what I meant to say. Okay. Let me see here. You guys write so much stuff. Wow. Okay, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, so Kristen, let's focus here. I'm talking to myself. Let's focus here. Let's see where your energy is. Okay, I'm pulling from the middle. Okay, so with this deck, I'm only pulling 1, maybe 2 cards, the most, because I'm getting quite a lot. I may have to do a second card for you, Kristen. I'm getting a lot from just the few cards that I'm pulling here, because I understand the meaning of the suits with the major and minor arcanas, but I'm also looking into the landscape of how they're depicted. So Kristen, Two of Wands. And I'm feeling with the readings that I've done with you in the past that this card is still a continuation. It's like, what are you putting out there? It needs to be done. Okay, you said that your mood is low. Okay, so whenever energy is low, there's a block. There's a blockage of energy that's not allowing you to move forward, not allowing you to do what you need to do to strengthen yourself and to better the direction of where you want to take things. Okay, this card I see here for the Two of Wands is a card that's telling you, and I think I now remembering this, you need to find something. You need to find motivation. Okay, that seems to be the common thing that I recall with previous readings. We need motivation. Okay. I know there's some health issues. So when you have health issues that affect your physical energy, your emotional, your spiritual energy, so on and so forth, it is hard to get things going, right? It's very hard to get things going. So let me pull one other card for you. Oh, okay. I did a half deck shuffle. So I'm just holding the deck here, half of the deck in my hand. Yeah. Don't more wands for you. Okay, we need to get energy. Okay, we need to find what is inspiring you. What do you like to do? Okay, and I can't remember if I even asked you that, Kristen. What do you enjoy doing? I know we were talking about your health in regards for working out. We talked about swimming, getting movement. But here, the Page of Wands is finding that inspiration. Okay, and start developing it, whatever it is. Okay, and let me ask you this. Okay, and if you can type a response, what inspires you right now? Okay, what moves you? Okay, tarot talking about spirituality. You keep going with that. Okay, you can. My point in this is that you like the tarot, you like talking about spirituality. Okay, let's underline the word talking. Okay, are you doing things? What are you doing to make you feel more spiritually fulfilled? Okay. Okay, what are you doing with the tarot or anything that you have that is part of your practice that is helping you spiritually? Shifting, what do you need to bring in to make it even go further? My practice is a very interesting journey because I don't know why. I don't know why the tarot specifically, and then of course astrology. There are messages, there are guides, there's something ever since I was a kid that makes sense to me when working with this. And it's not the deck itself, it's not this itself. There's more in here, and that comes in from that person, right? Two of Wands, Page of Wands. Okay. Let's see. Right now, I feel spiritually blocked. I'm Norse pagan, and my gods seem distant. Call upon them, Kristen. Okay. That's the block. Okay. That's what I was saying earlier. If you have blocked energy, you're not allowing the influence of what you need so much for your support through the gods or goddesses. to come in and help you. You know, I haven't seen Lady Cathar Ankh in a while, so I hope she's doing okay. But she calls upon her gods and goddesses, and she, you know, she holds on to them because she knows that they're there for them. Me personally, I don't have a deity. I don't have a god or goddess. My inspiration, my strength comes from what I develop inside. Okay. And not to make it sound ego or anything, I'm not saying that I am my own god or my own goddess or my own church or anything like that, but we are our own temple. You know, we are our structure. We take care of it from the outside in, inside out, you know, and we see examples of that, of people, of how well they take care of themselves. You know, you reflect what's inside going out. But Kristen, call out to your god or goddess, the one that you feel can give you that strength, that can give you that direction, that Two of Wands, so that you could see the bigger picture. You're Sagittarius, right? So everything's expansive with Sagittarius. They see things at a grander scale. Okay. Call in that energy. Oh, you're Scorpio. I think it was Scorpio and Sagittarius. Okay. Scorpio, Mars, Pluto energy. Destructing, destroying is what I meant to say, and building up. It's a lot of work, you know. Yeah. And okay, so with Scorpio, okay, you said you need to do more things than think. Okay. Again, with all the water signs, it's easy to kind of get lost in the emotional aspect of feeling things. And I'm going to still stay true to what I was saying about Sagittarius, okay? Because, you know, you need to see what's out there. You need to see the potential, what's there waiting for you, okay? And I feel Scorpio, and I say this in the most kindest way, is a emotional opportunist. Okay, so if they see something that is emotionally satisfying for them, okay, and I mean this in a good way, they're going to go and take and explore it, you know, and work with that energy because there's something there for them, you know, to learn from. So, you know, search that out, okay? Search that out, Kristen. I'll stop there for a minute so I can catch up. Let's see. I have named some of my spirit guides. It seems easier to call on them regularly now. Yeah, you know, when you build a relationship with whatever deity or entity, and you have that confidence, you start getting that inner belief of yourself, and that things are changing, that things will change. Okay. See, Michelle, I love helping out and encouraging fellow readers. You're always welcome to reach out. There you go. So we're all here for you. Okay. But keep in mind, you need to be open to doing the work and making it happen. So we have the Page of Wands and Two of Wands. Okay. Put that out on your altar or near your bed and look at that energy. Okay, look at that Two of Wands as that person, the back's towards us. It's looking ahead. It's looking forward. Okay, make it happen. Do that thing that excites you. But you need to come from a place that you feel ready and confident that you can do it. Let's see. Are amorphous. I don't really know who they are. You know what, Lizzie? I think when you find that kind of energy, I'm going to lean back a little bit. When you find that there's something there, but you don't know what it is, you kind of have to shape shape it. You know, you have to kind of work with what you're feeling and develop it. You know, you create that energy or that influence for you, because it's what you need. And by trusting in whatever is out there, you know, something's out there, you're not sure what it is, but you're connecting with it, you still keep connecting with it. Does that make sense? You keep calling upon it, you keep shaping it, you keep conceiving. It's like, yeah, you know, I think this person is more of this realm and has this kind of energy. And you know, for some people who work very strongly with entities and psychic energy, they can manifest it in a way that they start seeing the physical shape of it. Okay, I haven't done that. That's a different kind of work, but I know guides are around me, and they come in at different times, and they know when it is the right time. This way, when it is the right time, and when it's not the best time. You know. Lucky 777, we have Archangel Michael. Okay, see? Yeah, with Michelle Marie, you know, we're talking about stillness. Michelle works with Vedic astrology, Indian astrology, East Indian astrology. It's a science, it's a practice, and people base their life around that. They base their businesses on that out in India and other places because it works for them. There's more information with Vedic astrology than there is Western astrology. It goes in very deep and it's very complex. Michelle knows this already. Let's see. Scorpio's not afraid to see what lies beneath. They like it and pretty much need it. Yeah, it's Scorpio has that intensity, and so it's what fuels them. It's what keeps them going. And so, you know, again, Scorpios at times get a bad rap, but they're coming from a place for the most part where they're not being vindictive, but it's just that they have this desire to you know, learn and explore and understand the emotional aspects of things, but their directness and their approach to it comes across very aggressive at times, because it comes aggressive because someone's coming in and they're challenging the direction that they want to go, and Scorpio doesn't like that. It's like, because it's a fixed sign, you know, Taurus fixed, Aquarius fixed. Once they're set on, these fixed signs are set on something, it's pretty hard to get them to change, you know, their mindset, you know, their intentions, their beliefs. They're very strongly, firmly rooted and impassioned by it. And the visionary aspect with Aquarius, it's very strong. See, I talk to them, think to them, and they think back. I just don't know who they are. It's okay though. Yeah, you know, it's the way you communicate. Remember, there were some kids, they had their invisible friend, a friend that's just right here. They see it and they talk to it. I can't remember if I had one of those. I had so many dolls and games and toys when I was younger. I just kind of, those were my experiences and the environment that I set up for them. You know, you create this world with toys and you create this world with dolls and stuff, and it's interesting, you know, to see how we do this as a young child, and how it develops as we get into being an adult. Yeah, journaling, as always, definitely. Let's see, both Western and Vedic. I am Scorpio sun, but my moon and rising change. Yeah, Kristen. I think, yeah, Michelle. Sorry. I was going to say, Michelle, you could probably answer Kristen Louise. Answer Kristen Louise's question about the change of the moon and the rising. Well, with the astrology, Kristen, it's, there are some aspects that I feel astrology kind of holds true to the characteristics of the sign. I feel this is a partial reply to what you just stated, but not relating to being a Scorpio. I think it's one of these things, again, that you have to be open to it. There may be some things that you have yet to explore about being a Scorpio. I don't know how young or how young you are, but some of these aspects come in later in life. You can get a chart done in your 20s, look at everything and go, some of this doesn't make sense to me. And it's depending where you are in the phase in your life. You're still growing. Saturn return comes every 28 years, 27 and a half, 28 years. And, you could take that as guidance as well, but it's the experience that you have. So you may want to explore more about these signs that are in your chart, because these are things that you can learn from, just like the tarot. They give more information, as well as the astrology. But astrology goes into deeper aspects of it, and that's why I combine tarot and astrology, because of that. Because I like that I can work with the certain archetypes and decans in the tarot deck, and get some guidance for people who are focused more on their signs. Yeah. Yeah, my Vedic for my rising is just, I'm not going to state it, but it's just a sign that I've just I can maybe see. Western, I'm a fire sign, but in Vedic, it puts me into a water sign. So, right off the bat, I think more of the fiery aspect of that rising sign. But as I get older, I think I'm building up the influence of that water sign. So like I said, this can be many decades until you connect to your Scorpio side, or to whatever sign that you feel that you're not fully resonating with. You're 44, sweetheart, you're still young. You're still young. Yeah, people talk about orbs. I've never experienced orbs. And when it comes to psychic phenomenon, physically, I haven't seen anything there. The only thing is because I'm energy centric, I feel things, empathic. So, and for women, I think we kind of lean towards this more. And for anyone who identifies more with feminine energy, you walk into a situation, something doesn't feel right. It's that building up and that understanding of the intuition, and listening to it. It's how it works. Let's see. I'm reading Michelle's response to Kristen. The Rashi birth chart shows your personality at birth. The Navamsha shows who you are becoming. Nice. Let's see. So confused. I'm not bright enough to grab. Kristen, just start simple. Just start simple. You're Scorpio, so you may be surprised if you start looking into astrology. You may find some things that would just go, ooh, wow. It makes sense. Remember what I was saying, you got to be open to it. No more blocks, no blocks. Okay? You know what, Michelle? I'm going to have you as a guest. I know last time I had Michelle as a guest on my channel was about a year ago, but I need to bring her back. I need to bring you back, Michelle, soon, so we can talk about Vedic and Western astrology. I had Julianne Victoria, who also practices both. Her channel is on a bit of a hiatus right now, but I've had her on my channel where she talks about the Vedic and Western astrology, the differences and the meanings and how they can guide you. I wonder if let's see. I wonder if I really saw it or if it was just, okay, you're talking about the orb. Michelle, Amy, your ascending is in Ashlesha. I know you keep talking to me about the Mars. I feel like I'm going to explode that month when it happens because you have so much excitement about that particular month. I sent you an email, Michelle, so take a peek at it when you can. Astrology leads you just noodle along. It's, yeah, the thing with astrology, just like any kind of spiritual practice, if there's a curiosity about something, all you got to do is just pick up a book. Tons of content on about astrology and tarot all over the place. And I think too that sometimes makes it hard for people because they don't know where to start because there's just so much. I don't have a lot of books on tarot just for that reason, because I don't want to get overwhelmed with so many different perspectives. I pick up a book, I flip through a book, I empathically, if you want to say that, I like here, it's right here. This book is perfect for me because it talks about the Deccan, so it becomes more of a it's a reference book. I have more reference books than I do of anything about someone talking about tarot and whatnot. I have books that go into specific exercises and stuff like that. Not a whole bunch. So I work with that because with the reference books, they're like textbooks to me. I learn from them, and it's great to hear people's opinions when it comes to books. But I know I'm the nonconformist, right? I'm the nonconformist in a community of nonconformists. Let's see here. Kristen Louise, all you got to do really easily, type in Scorpio astrology. Okay. And you'll read articles. There are books. I think there are a few books. You may have to do some search for them where books that are specific for each sign. Like there's a book that talks about Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. They're small books, but just go online, start online, and just do a search. Just type in Scorpio astrology, maybe type in your birth date, and then you could see like a personality profile. Now there's going to be different interpretations, different astrologers that are going to give a profile that's different every year. And you could check back. I'm almost done with it. For the past almost 12 months, I've been doing a tarot astrological profile where I talk about each sign, the planetary influence in the tarot deck or the tarot archetype card or cards associated with it. It's a general overview. And just for people to kind of get familiar with the tarot and astrology. And I just do, it's very simple. I'll talk about the characteristics, the body parts. Scorpio rules the reproductive system. So the reproductive system is one for Scorpios that they have to be very careful with. But the one thing that Scorpios are known for the most part, is that it's a regenerative sign. they tend to heal. One of the characteristics is they tend to heal a little bit quicker than some of the other signs. And the reason why I was thinking, wow, why is that? And I think it's because emotionally, because they are so driven. If there's an ailment going on, and because it's emotions, and health does deal with, emotions and our physical well-being, I think it's that drive, like, okay, I'm going to get through this. I, I want to feel better. Spiritually, they connect to healing, Scorpios, and in a way that they are driven to get well. Okay. Don't quote me on this. This is just a theory that I have. Okay. Now, there may be some Scorpios that, they have a harder time healing and getting well, and struggling through illness. But, other signs and planets come into play to see where that energy is coming from, what's blocking them from healing. So the whole chart plays a different role when it comes to that. Yes, 36 Secrets, T. Susan Chang. She was on my channel. Last year in April. Because the book came out and I immediately contacted her. It's like I have to have her and discuss things with her. She has, I think it's called the Fortune's Wheel podcast. So it's T. Susan Chang. Let's do this. I'm going to write down here, 36 Secrets by, and she's written other books about tarot. She gets really, really deep. She can get esoteric. She's a Virgo. So she has a lot of specific information when it comes to what she uses as resources in her books and her ideas. Okay, there we go, by T. Susan Chang. So if you look back my channel, type in T. Susan Chang in my channel, you'll see the discussion that I had with her. It was a live discussion. And I had just got the book, so there's a lot of questions that I was asking her and just letting her free form speak about some of the decans and what she wrote about in the book. It's a wonderful book. Let's see. How do you find working? Cathar Tarot? I've never heard that. See, I'm scrolling through here. I'm going to wind it up soon here. Are ruled by Mars and Vedic, Pluto and Western. They can handle a lot of transformation and power through it. Yeah, they're like the strength. Scorpio is the strength of the water signs because of the fixity. I think the fixed signs tend to have the strength and the endurance in their elements. So like air sign, Aquarius, they're very strong in their views and their beliefs. And so they tend to rise forward with their ideas if they're done properly. All the fixed signs, mutable cardinal signs, success comes from all those signs if it is done properly. You're welcome, Nancy. Rising health and physical body. Yes, it's the rising is our external side. When you meet someone, you're talking about astrology, if it comes up, and they're like, what sign are you? And I always tell people, they can never guess my rising sign. And people who know it here, don't put it up there. Okay. People never guess my rising sign. They tend to think I'm an air sign. Because I'm probably talking so much, that's probably why. But my Mars is in an air sign, so that's That's where that energy comes from. They're wiped out. So it's called Cathar Tarot. I want to see this here. Sorry, I just opened up another window. Cathar Tarot. The secret wisdom of the perfecti. Wow. Mel, you know a lot of stuff here with the tarot. I'm looking at some of the images. Interesting. Wow, interesting. The iconography. Christian influenced a little bit, just a little bit. Just the imagery, the way that it's set up. The demerge. I just butchered that. 15. Interesting. I don't need another deck, so it's not going to happen. The Hierophant is Lucifer. Oh my God. You just killed me with that. That's my birth card. See, they were part of the Roman Catholic that broke away from the corruption. Actually, Mel, what moved you to that deck? What moved you to do you have that deck, or is it just the deck that you've seen? It works. Okay. Yeah. Mel, I'd love to see you do a reading with that deck. If you can, I'd love to see that. Hierophant as Lucifer. That's almost like the reverse. It's like the Hierophant is almost like the reversal. Lucifer is the reversal of the Hierophant. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. No, I remember, Mel. I remember we talked about this. I just looked at the imagery and it just has the, I just right off the bat, the Christian imagery from what I remember as a kid, going to church with my parents and seeing the paintings. It has that kind of imagery in it. No rules in any deck. The Morning Star. Yeah, you know what, Kristen, I do remember hearing he was the Morning Star, and then I can't remember the story of Lucifer. He was condemned and became the fallen soul. I remember. He wanted to be God, yes. Yeah. No, I know he was expelled from heaven, but I thought he was an angel, and then he was expelled. Okay. Anyone else want any questions answered? I'm going to wind it down and have some dinner and then start my week again. Anyone else who's watching right now? I'll do one person, first come, first serve, if you like to have a reading. I am happy to do so. Oh, Cal Lizzie, did you want me to do that reading for you? Or let me know. Okay, because we got sidetracked. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Kristen. The one who introduced self-knowledge to Adam and Eve, yes. There's a card in the Dreams of Gaia, the very first card. It's choice. And there's no number for it. It's just 0. And it shows the serpent, and it shows the 3 portals. So for those of you who have the dreams of Gaia, if you look at that 0 or that choice card, it basically represents the Garden of Eden. And you see the masculine and feminine personas that are in that card as well. Yeah, that's true. The ego separate from source. Okay, Lizzie. Okay. It wasn't a question. You were just thinking about it. It was a thought. So that's totally fine. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull a few cards. Does anyone still want to see some cards from the deck? Because I do have the video of this. You just have to scroll through it because it's over, I think it's over an hour and a half long. Yay or nay if you want me to pull a few cards so you can see this deck, the Pulp Tarot, and then I'm going to wrap it up and call it an evening. Okay. Oh, you want some cards? Okay. Michelle, you want me to do a reading for Fox? Let me know. And if so, that'll be the last question of the evening. Okay. So let me know. Okay. Totally fine, Mel. There is no pressure. There is no pressure. Everyone, there's tarot and witchery. April and Gerald, they're advocates of, buying responsibly. April posted a video about tarot consumerism. I don't have that. I like a lot of things, but I know what I really need to have and work with it. So buy responsibly. There is one deck. It's already been gifted that I got this year that it didn't work with me, and I actually did a video of it, and it got passed down to someone who has a collection and I believe appreciated the deck. So I just could not read with it. It was playing cards with with some different placements of astrology into some part of the deck. I couldn't read with it. It's beautifully designed, but I have a deck from that same company that made this deck that I love, and that's the deck I needed. I just thought I'd try this one out, and it didn't work. It was an investment, but it was gifted to someone else, and I'm fine with that. Okay. Okay. Yes, exactly. Lizzie, you sound like our favorite guy, Gerald. Yeah, that's how it is. I think for people who are just exploring the tarot, spirituality, they're just going, this deck looks good. This deck looks good. And of course, when it comes to a product that's new, there's hype behind it. Okay, there's a lot of hype. And so depending on your strength, do you fall into that hype? I'm still on the fence, and I'll probably eventually get this deck, and the deck is already quite a few years old already. I'll probably get the Wild Unknown, but that deck got so much coverage after its initial mass release. I just didn't want it because there's just so much talk about it. And I go back and forth because I have the Wild Unknown, the Animal Spirit deck, which I love because, as you know, I love animal energy and I work with them. That deck was just wonderful. But I probably will get that deck at some point. I go back and forth with it, thinking maybe getting the smaller version. But I'm good right now. There's another deck that I did get that I will share that will be during the fall. It's a very deep deck, and this is one that is going to be probably in line with the Guild Tarot to work with the Tree of Life studies. So, but that I'm going to wait because my headspace is not there yet. It's not quite fall, winter, where my mind's just focused on it. So that will come up later on. Let's see here. Katerina, hi. You know what? I'm going to stop. I'll do the reading, Michelle, for you, and then I'm going to stop because I do need to get in the rest of my evening. Katerina, I think it's Katerina. I'm sorry, that was Katerina. Mokina. If you want to subscribe or hit the notification bell, tap it, not hit it. You are more than welcome to do so because I do readings once a week. So feel free to come back if you like. And I'm more than happy to do a reading for you. Okay, I normally do them on Sundays, but it depends on my schedule, where that energy is and what I have available. Okay, so I've been already here for like over 2.5 hours, but come back, okay? Let's see here, though. Yeah, I don't like her archetypes deck. I think she's just completed a series that's going with the Wild Unknown. I can't remember what it is, and it's getting very deep. Her decks. So when I get a moment, I'll look at her website and see the decks because there's something that Kim's doing with her decks that they seem to be intertwining together with the message, the imagery, how you can read from it. The artwork's wonderful, but she's doing a series, and so it's nice to see how it's shaping together. But I'm just not there at this point. The Wildwood, yes, definitely. Let's see here. Yeah, Gerald, I've seen a few of his readings. He reads from a sensitive place, which I like. He sees both sides, and I like the way he delivers the message. He's softer, but also direct, but not as direct, like this is what's going to happen, so on and so forth. He has a nurturing way of reading, which is nice to see. Let's see here. Yeah, it's John Matthews, Mark Ryan, and Cal. I can't remember his last name. Cal's the one who did the illustration. It's interesting though, the Wildwood Tarot, and I think because we're transitioning into different seasons right now, my decks are the energy that I'm getting from the decks of what I'm working with, and where I'm going to be moving from to the fall winter is changing. I'm feeling that now with the Vision Quest because we're in that transitional state, but it's still a beautiful deck. I still have all the cards for my weekly guidance on my altars from that deck, the Guild Tarot. And I can't remember the other deck that I have. Anyhow, I have 3 different decks for my weekly readings that I pull from. Okay. Thank you, Makina. I'm so sorry, but please come back, okay? I usually do readings for about 2.5 hours, but now we're in a conversation. Okay, I got to pull these cards really quick. Nancy, you said you can see me really getting into the Wild Unknown. Yeah, it is a deck that is set up for intuitive readings, but there's a deck that's kind of similar to it that I can pull, similar in the sense of design, the energy that I have of this particular deck, I feel I can pull, and it has similar artwork, just a little bit. But yeah, like I said, I'm not ruling it out. Like, it took me quite a few years to get the Wildwood Tarot to come out to me so I can buy it. And it's a wonderful deck. It's a deck that works with all the Sabbats, all the seasonal changes, so on and so forth. So I like that, and I can also do readings. It's a deck that I use for my Witch's Sabbath readings that I do for the seasonal changes. It's one of the decks. Yep, you got it there, Mel. Mark Ryan and John Matthews. Will Worthington, thank you. I'm thinking Cal Worthington. Do you know who I'm talking about, Lizzie? Cal Worthington was this used car sales guy, I think in the 70s. And he had this big gallon hat. And I think it was Worthington Dodge or Worthington Ford that was in California. That's why I said Cal Worthington. How funny. Let's see here. The Vision Quest. Kelly, you have that deck though. You have the Vision Quest. I'm not understanding. Oh, okay, never mind. Cal Worthington. If you type in his name, you'll see who I'm talking about. Cal Worthington. I'll sell you that car for whatever it takes, if it means selling my house. He was such a funny sales guy. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so Michelle, are you still with me? And I'll do that reading for Fox really quick. Okay, and then I'm going to show a few cards, and then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to have to turn on the lights too, because pretty clouds. The sun has already set, so hang tight. Hi, Spirit. It's okay. There you go. It's a little brighter. Oh yeah, much better. Okay, Fox. Hi, sweetheart. Oh wow. The lighting is quite different. So, Michelle, can you do me a favor? With Fox being there, is he on your lap? If not, if you can you place him on your lap for me? Let me know if you can and when you have, okay? And if you can't, just let me know. Okay, so this reading is for Michelle Marie's beloved animal companion, Fox, who is having some health challenges. So I'm going to do a quick reading. Okay, let me pull one card. Oh, you're in the kitchen. Okay. Yeah, Vision Quest is wonderful. The deck is quite old, so I would love to get the creators, do a interview with them. I don't know if they're still in New Mexico, because that's where the creator was living at the time. She was living in Santa Fe when this deck was produced. So I've lost track, but I like to see. Okay. Hi, Lucky. Alrighty, here we go. Everyone, let's put some healing energy to Fox. Okay. Hi, sweetheart. How are you doing, Fox? You're still. I can tell you're still. All right. So one card. Let's see what the Pulp Tarot has to say. He's very tired, Michelle. He's very tired. Okay. pulling from the middle. Okay. Mel, you were asking what the Hermit card looks like. So this is the card I got for you, and this card came up. This is a wonderful way to end this episode, actually. And I will pull a few more cards. The Hermit. So Mel, this is what the Hermit looks like. I'm going to move very close, and so you could see this. So this card speaks volumes. I'm going to brighten myself up because I can't see the screen. Brighten up the monitor screen. The Hermit. Okay. So I don't really know what to say because I feel this card already calls it. We're in the month of Virgo already as well. But this energy isn't dealing with anything mercurial. This is dealing with him finding some healing light. He knows what's going on. He feels, I shouldn't say knows, but he feels that things are different. And so I feel with Fox that this is where he needs to be, his journey. The love is there. He knows that. But where he is right now, and where Michelle and those who love Fox would like to see him to be, it's completely different. This is entering a new journey. One that he wants to do by himself. He appreciates everything that you're doing, but ultimately he knows the path that he feels, I keep saying knows, but still, that he needs to be on. Give him space. Give him what he needs. It's when animals are, and us humans, when we're going through so much health-wise, we, for the most part, we just need to heal. We don't need all the attention. We need the strength to focus on how we're feeling at that moment and just let it work naturally. Okay. It's definitely self-reflecting. It's definitely inward energy. Okay. Yes. Yeah, Michelle, give him the space. Okay. Whenever you're feeling uncomfortable with an illness, it's just like you want to be supportive of them. You want to give them everything. But for the most part, the most that you can give them is just when people say, leave me alone, give them that space. The only thing to be concerned about is if they don't, if they're not healing, or if situations change into something that is meant to happen, then it has to move freely. So this is the card that I pulled at the end of the live that I did with the Pulp Tarot. This is one of the cards. So it does have, this deck does hold some directness in what it has to share with people. And today, doing readings with this deck, it holds volume. So this is, for me, there's a reason why, more so that I felt this deck to speak to me, because obviously there's messages that I can translate through and to share with others. Let's see here. Yeah, solitary quest inside himself. Lucky 777, I love that emoji. Spirit is definitely coming through. I got a hermit pillow and wall print for my birthday. Fox is literally listening to you right now. Let's see here. Oh, you remember that pull from when I did the live? Yeah. And I take this reading, this card reading for me as well as a reminder, because this is where I am with this. Yeah. It's hard not to, right, Michelle? Because we love our companions, our animal companions, and they make us feel so good. But when they're not feeling good, sometimes it's just spirit definitely lets me know. He's like, when you pick up an animal and they just start wiggling after a few seconds, like, okay, that's it. It's an overactive energy that they probably have already too much of, and they just want to be put down. And the spirit right now is like laying across on the table here for me. Give them the space, Michelle. I think you know that. And being surrounded by hermit stuff, right? For your birthday. The hermit. Okay, folks. So you sleep well. Okay, you rest up. You let mama know what you need. Okay? And she's there for you, so is Papa. Okay? Okay. You're welcome, Michelle. Okay. One other question. You're so welcome, Mel. You asked me if I have the Medicine Woman Tarot. I think I've seen that deck. And for some reason, it didn't speak out to me. Actually, let me look at it really quickly. And I need to get off soon. Let's see here. Medicine Woman. I love you guys. And I need to drink more water. Let me see here. I'm looking at the cards. I think I'm looking at the cards right now. Command. Potentially. Because this is more of an oracle deck, it looks like. Is it? No, it isn't. It's a full tarot deck. The Seeker's very nice. Okay. I'm not feeling it now, though. The Medicine Woman Tarot. Yeah. Yeah, I did notice that. Let's see. Amy spell check. Changes your name. Oh, it does? That's interesting. Okay. All right, so let me show you a few cards, and then I'm going to go. I want to thank each and every one of you who've been watching, listening, taking part in the conversation. Everyone I did readings for, thank you so much. Those who have showed support by liking and hitting the notification bell, and also just spreading the word, it is greatly appreciated. Let's keep the ball rolling. Okay. I leave myself unedited because I want people to see who I am. Hiccups, burps, tongue twisting. Hi, Spirit. Don't you look beautiful right there? Okay, so you're so welcome, Lucky 777. No, you've never heard me burp. Just when water goes down, a little bit too much. A mild burp. Okay, so let me pull out a few cards that I have not pulled out before. It's 10 of Pentacles. Okay, again, for people who are watching, this is the Pulp Tarot by Todd Alcott. That's the deck. The deck is not damaged. It's just how he used it. It's all distressed. So it looks like one of those old worn books that you have in your library. I have maybe one or two books that have these creases. Let's see what else is here. Emperor. Let's see. Some of them are. And so, Mel, when you look at the video that I recorded, Cal Lizzie, Aspasia, Rising Beth, and a few others came in, and I was saying, name this movie or name this book that these cards came from. Here's the 10 of Wands. Let me pull from here. This one's very, very 60s, very mod. Diana Rigg came up in a conversation with this. If she was like in the full black suit, that's our Chariot. Yep, Diana Rigg. This one's Temperance. It's almost like an advert. I think this looks like an advert from the 1950s because of the font. I talked a lot in the video about this deck, about the font and how it kind of sits with the time and the genre for the card that it represents, or the arcana. Like here, Wheel of Fortune. This is very maybe 70s for me. And the deck is, or the card is not creased, it's an illusion. Okay, so the artist put some little crease marks in it to have the distressed look of the cards. And I'll do one more. Go-go boots, exactly. Let's see. I might grab this when I'm really vibing. Yeah, it's fun. You know, you don't. I said at the beginning, it's a generational deck. It's more guided to the Gen Xers who understand the previous generations. But you know, I shouldn't knock it entirely. There, some of the younger folks can enjoy this deck. They just need to understand a little bit of the genres associated with this. So here it got the World, and then we got the World card there in the bottom. Yes, I know you keep thinking Pan Am. Okay, one last one. No, this was already shown. No, we got already a lot of wands. No cups came up. This is the one. This is Damien. This is the Omen. Right off the bat, I know this is the Omen. Because of the font. When the poster came out for the Omen, they used the font just like this. It wasn't filled in. It was serif, and this is right from the Omen. I'm certain of it. He's on the horse. He's going to ride. I'm certain this is from the Omen. I know it is. I know it is. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much. The world looks like the map that rolled. Yeah, one of the older ones. One of the older maps. I know exactly what you're talking about. But see, it's interesting, you know, to show a few of these cards. And again, look at that video, the Pulp Tarot. It's the video that you need to look under is Mystery Tarot. It was about 2 weeks ago because it did not put the Pulp Tarot name in the description, but I put it in the hashtag. So take a look at it. Yeah, Gregory Peck and Lee Remick, and that baby-faced kid. I remember the scene when Gregory Peck was when the child was asleep and he got the scissors. And you remember that, for those who saw it, and he moved away the hair and it looked like it was 666. That was one of the best horror films there at that time to come out. One of my favorites. Yeah, that's right, Lizzie. That's right. He was on that little horse, right? The one. Well, he was on the horse. He was on that go-kart. Remember running around, and the nanny was on the ladder, and she fell. Let's see. Yeah, I had a rocking horse too. What was it with the parents giving us rocking horses when we were a kid? Just excess energy, right? It's like, and I remember going back and forth on that thing. So funny. Alrighty. Night, everyone. Thank you again for joining. I'm going to turn this around so you can see spirits. Oh, yes, I said your name. Spirits. Let's see here. You see him there? There he is. He's just leaning there. Alrighty. All right, I will see you all very soon. Thank you again. And thanks for the company, everyone. And I'll see if I can post something this week. Definitely the Virgo 2 Decan readings. So let people know about that. I think the Decan readings put in a different twist to tarot and astrology readings. So it seems like a lot of people aren't catching the readings that I do. So I do my best to make it simple. But again, if you have any questions, definitely ask. And I'm happy to answer and to guide you. Okay. All right, everyone, have a great one. I will talk to you soon and see you all even sooner. Bye-bye.